उपलिप्तेषु च कुट्टिमेषु किरामि पुष्पप्रकरान् मनोज्ञान् प्रलम्बमुक्ता मणिहारशोभा नाभास्वरान्तिं मुखमण्डनांस्तान् विमानमेघान् स्तुतिगीतरम्यान् मैत्रीमयेभ्योऽपि निवेदयामि सुवर्णदण्डैः कमनीयरूपैः संसक्तमुक्तानि समुत्सृतानि प्रधारयाम्येष महामुनीनां रत्नाकरपत्राण्यतिशोभनानि अतः परं प्रतिष्ठन्तां पूजामेघा मनोरमः तूर्यसङ्गीतिमेघाश्च सर्वसत्त्वप्रहर्षणः सर्वसद्धर्मरत्नेषु चैत्येषु प्रतिमासु च पुष्परत्नादिवर्षाश्च प्रवर्तन्तां निरन्तरम् मञ्जुघोषप्रभृतयः पूजयन्ति यथा जिनान् तथा तथागतान्नाथान् सपुत्रान् पूजयाम्यहम् स्वराङ्गसागरैस्तोत्रैः स्तौमि चाहं गुणोदधीन् स्तुतिसङ्गीतिमेघाश्च सम्भवन्त्वेष्वनन्यथा सर्वक्षेत्राणुसङ्ख्यैश्च प्रणामैः प्रणमाम्यहम् सर्वत्रध्वगतान् बुद्धान् सह धर्मगणोत्तमान् सर्वचैत्यानि वन्देऽहम् बोधिसत्त्वाश्रयांस्तथा नमः करोम्युपाध्यायान् अभिवन्द्यान् यतींस्तथा बुद्धं गच्छामि शरणं यावदा बोधिमण्डतः धर्मं गच्छामि शरणं बोधिसत्त्वगणं तथा विज्ञापयामि सम्बुद्धान् सर्वदिक्षु व्यवस्थितान् महाकारुणिकांश्चापि बोधिसत्त्वान् कृताञ्जलिः अनादिमतिसंसारे जन्मन्यत्रैव वा पुनः यन्मया पशुना पापं कृतं कारितमेव वा यच्चानुमोदितं किञ्चित् आत्मघाताय मोहतः तदत्ययं देशयामि पश्चात्तापेन तापितः रत्नत्रयेपकारो यो माता पितृषु वा मया गुरुष्वन्येषु वाक्षेपात् कायवाग्बुद्धिभिः कृतः अनेकदोषदुष्टेन मया पापेन नायकः यत्कृतं दारुणं पापं तत्सर्वं देशयाम्यहम् कथं च निःसराम्यस्मान् नित्योद्वेगोऽस्मि नायकः मा भुन्मे मृत्युरचिरात् अक्षिणे पापसञ्चये कथं च निःसराम्यस्मात् परित्रायत सत्वरम् मा ममाक्षीणपापस्य मरणं शीघ्रमेष्यति कृता कृता परीक्षोऽयं मृत्युर्विस्रम्भघातकः स्वस्थैरविश्वास्य आकस्मिकमहाशनिः प्रियाप्रियनिमित्तेन पापं कृतमनेकदा सर्वमुत्सृज्य गन्तव्यम् इति न ज्ञातमीदृशम् अप्रिया न भविष्यन्ति प्रियो मे न भविष्यति अहं च न भविष्यामि सर्वं च न भविष्यति तत्तत् स्मरणतां याति यद्यद्वस्त्वनुभूयते स्वप्नानुभूतवत् सर्वं गतं न पुनरीक्षते इहैव तिष्ठतस्तावद् गता नैके प्रिया प्रियः तन्निमित्तं तु यत् पापं तत् स्थितं घोरमग्रतः एवमागन्तुकोऽस्मीति न मया प्रत्यवेक्षितम् मोहानुनयविद्वेषै कृतं पापमनेकधा रात्रिन्दिवम् अविश्रामम् आयुषो वर्धते व्ययः आयस्य चागमो नास्ति न मरिष्यामि किं नहम् इह शय्यागतेनापि बन्धुमध्येऽपि तिष्ठता मयैवेकेन सोढव्या मर्मच्छेदादिवेदना यमदूतैर्गृहीतस्य कुतो बन्धुः कुतः सुहृत् पुण्यमेकं तदात्राणं मया तच्च न सेवितम् अनित्यजीवितासङ्गात् इदं भयमजानता प्रमत्तेन मया नाथ बहुपापमुपार्जितम् अङ्गच्छेदार्थमप्यद्य नीयमानो विशस्यति पिपासितो दीनदृष्टिः अन्यदेवेक्षते जगत् किं पुनर्भैरवाकारैर्यमदूतैः अधिष्ठितः महात्रासज्वरग्रस्तः पुरीषोत्सर्गवेष्टितः कातरैर्दृष्टिपातैश्च त्राणान्वेषि चतुर्दिशम् को मे महाभयादस्मात् साधुस्त्राणं भविष्यति त्राणशून्यादिशो दृष्ट्वा पुनः सम्मोहमागतः तदाहं किं करिष्यामि तस्मिन् स्थाने महाभये अद्यैव शरणं यामि जगन्नाथान् महाबलान् जगद्रक्षार्थमुद्युक्तान् सर्वत्रासहराञ्जिनान् तैश्चाप्यधिगतं धर्मं संसारभयनाशनं शरणं यामि भावेन बोधिसत्त्वगणं तथा समन्तभद्रयात्मानं ददामि भयविह्वलः पुनश्च मञ्जुघोषाय ददाम्यात्मानमात्मना तं चावलोकितं नाथं कृपाव्याकुलचारिणं विरौम्यर्करवं भीतः स मां रक्षतु पापिनम्
All right, well, we'll get started. Oh, I guess we have another minute. Don't want to rush it. All right. Well, good morning. I want to welcome you all to the Rime Center. Glad that you're here. And if for those of you who are joining us online on the YouTube Live, if you'd like to follow along with the service, there's a link that you can click on in the event description to download the service handout PDF. So as we begin, let's go ahead and get settled in our space, present to where we're at. To help us do that, we'll just go ahead and take a couple deep breaths. As you let go of the breath, let go of any tension you're holding in your body and in your mind. Let's begin with our refuge vows. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I go for refuge until enlightenment is reached. May my generosity and accumulations of merit bring benefit to all beings, and may all beings actualize perfect Buddhahood. For immeasurables, may all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness, and may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. May all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness, and may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. May all beings be endowed with happiness. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings never be separated from happiness, and may all beings abide in equanimity, undisturbed by the eight worldly concerns. For as long as space endures, and for as long as living beings remain, until then may we too abide to dispel the misery of the world. Seven limb prayer. Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and mentally transformed. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginless time, and rejoice in the merits of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate the merit created by myself and others to the great enlightenment. Mandala offering. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun and moon. I imagine this is a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, strangers, my body, wealth, and enjoyments, without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with the freedom from the three poisons. Idam Guru Ratnam Mandalakam Niyatayami. And so as you're seated here, allow your body to settle. Let the spine be naturally upright, grounded yet at ease. Allow the hands to rest comfortably. If it feels appropriate, gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. And let's just take another moment to relax the body. Soften the forehead, the jaw, the shoulders. Let the belly be soft, letting the breath move freely. And now take a few slow, deep breaths, inhaling fully, exhaling completely. And with each breath, allow yourself to arrive more fully in this moment. And now let the breath return to its natural rhythm and bring your attention gently to the sensation of breathing, the rise and fall of the body, the feeling of air entering and leaving. And allow the mind to rest with the breath, not trying to change it, just simply knowing the breath as it is. If thoughts arise, gently note them, return to the next inhale, the next exhale. And now bring to mind someone who is experiencing suffering. This may be someone you know personally, someone who is close to you. It could be one being or it could be many. But let the image or sense of this person arise naturally. There's no need to be precise. And as you hold them in awareness, allow yourself to sense their suffering. There's no need to analyze or judge the suffering. Just simply notice how it is felt. You may experience it as a physical pain, an emotional heaviness, or a sense of tightness or despair. Whatever arises is enough. And now, as you breathe in, imagine breathing in the suffering. You might visualize it as a storm cloud, or a dense smoke, or a heavy weight. With each in-breath, just gently acknowledge their pain, not to fix it, not to push it away, but just simply being willing to touch it with awareness. And as the suffering enters the heart, imagine it being transformed like the light passing through a prism. Within the vast open space of the heart, suffering meets wisdom and becomes compassion. And then as you breathe out, send out that compassion and healing. Visualize this as a warm, radiant light, like the light of the sun, or a gentle wave of kindness and care. With each out breath, offer relief, ease, and love. Let the suffering be released, transformed into compassion as it flows outward. And let's just continue this rhythm for some time, breathing in the suffering, breathing out compassion. Just allow the breath to set the pace. There's no need to force anything. There's no right or wrong experience. And if at any time this practice feels too intense, you may soften the visualization or return your attention to the simple sensation of breathing. You may also want to widen the focus, breathing in the suffering of many beings, breathing out compassion for all. And if your mind wanders, just gently notice that. Kindly return to the breath, to breathing in suffering, breathing out compassion. And now allow the image of the suffering of beings to gently dissolve, allowing the practice to rest. And just return your attention fully to the breath, just as it is, inhaling, exhaling. And just notice the body seated here, supported, held, grounded. Taking a few deeper breaths to feel the stability beneath you. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes, carrying this intention of compassion into the rest of the service. Supplication to the Buddha, to the Blessed One, the One gone beyond, the fully awakened One, the great Physician, the Supreme Teacher. You came to this earth, and through your own efforts you obtained the awakened state, overcoming all suffering and distress. Through your great compassion, you showed us the path to liberation. You taught us the merit of compassion, wisdom, and equanimity. To you, the glorious teacher, I prostrate. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Blessed One. Through the merits of these thoughts, words, and actions, may we dedicate this for the benefit of all sentient beings. And like you, O Blessed One, may we and every being attain your supreme awakened state in the ocean of suffering. Lord of the Dharma, I prostrate to your omniscient being.
Om Muni Muni Ma Muni
Supplication to Manjushri. Om, homage to Manjushri, deity whose diamond speech cuts off all suffering, whose clear mind is the embodiment of insight wisdom, Manjushri protector, free from evil and karmic stains. Your form is vast as the sky, your mind dwells in the one taste of suchness. Lord of wisdom, I prostrate to your omniscient being. Supplication to Maitreya. Om, Lord Maitreya, benevolent one, golden son of the primordial, emperor of the northern paradise, around you the stars and spheres course and turn. Within the span of your breath, countless worlds rise and fall. Deity of innumerable names, called or uncalled, you are always present. May the pure heaven of Tashita always arise before us. Supplication to Palden Lamo. Soul Mother, Lady victorious over the three worlds, please pay attention here and now. You overpower the whole apparent world, samsara and nirvana, by heroically guarding the Dharma and Dharma holders with the four types of actions, flashing light lightning. You soar up openly like a full moon in the midst of a garland of powerful Dharma protectors. Powerful Daikini protector, I prostrate to your omniscient being. So in this second meditation, we'll continue our Tonglen practice. This time we're going to focus on those sentient beings who are neutral to us, our acquaintances. Lojong lineage prayer. For the sake of all beings to attain enlightenment, I turn to the source of the ultimate mind training, to the perfect Buddha Shakyamuni, who taught the profound path of the two truths. I pray, let the sun of your wisdom dawn in my heart. To the lords of the Dharma, Nagarjuna and Asanga, to the great-hearted Shantideva, who mapped the vast path of the Bodhisattva, I pray, ignite the flame of bodhicitta in me. To the lineage holders of the Lojong instruction, who realized the view, perfected compassion, and championed the practice of exchanging self and other, I pray, shatter the fortress of self-cherishing within me. To Serlingpa, Atisha, Chekawa, to Tokme Zangpo, who lived what he taught, all who blended sutra into essence, I pray, may your realization awaken in me. To my kind root Lama, the embodiment of all refuges, to whom the living stream of this lineage flows, I pray, let your mind and mine become indivisible. Heart essence for awakening. Having received the blessings of the lineage, resting in the heart of indivisible mind, I turn these blessings into the path, applying the essence of mind training for the awakening of all beings. With these blessings, I will train in the preliminaries, remembering this life precious and fleeting, change, cause and effect, suffering born of self. From these reflections, the renunciation rises, and the determination to practice is born. In every moment, I see all things as dreamlike, resting in awareness, unfabricated and clear. I free even the antidote in its own place. Breathing in the suffering of beings, I breathe out joy and ease for all. When difficulty weighs heavily on this world, seeing the root, clinging to self, thus every challenge becomes the path. I take all blame into one heart and let emptiness shine through pain. My whole life gathers into the essence of practice. I apply the five strengths without decline: aspiration and familiarization, wholesome seeds and restraint, revulsion towards harm and diligence and virtue, gathering merit, clearing obscurations. All my conduct flows from awakened intention. All teachings serve a single goal: liberation. I rely on the principal witness, my own clear and knowing mind. Joy dwelling within confirms the training. Impartial and free from display, I keep my word. My attitudes change without strain. I do not speak of injury or dwell on faults. Releasing rivalry and expectations, I practice patience and boundless kindness. In short, with these blessings, all I do arises from one pure intention: to bring benefit to all beings. Patience and courage are my refuge. I train unceasingly in the three difficulties. Gathering trust and practice as provisions, I remain in virtue of body, speech, and mind. Pervasive care, I serve all beings, seeking this very life, the realization, the supreme vehicle. Through the merit of this mind training, the heart essence of Atisha and his heirs, sustained by the blessings of the lineage, may confusion be exhausted at its root, and all beings attain perfect. Vajrasattva mantra. Om benza sato samaya mano palaya benza sato tino patrida drido mebawa suto kayo mebawa supo kayo mebawa anorakto mebawa sarvasiti me prayatsa sarva karma susame sitam shriyam karuhum ha 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 ho bhagawan Sarwatata gata benza mame munza benzi bawa mahasamaya sato ahumbe Om benza sato samaya manopalaya benza sato tino padrida drido mebawa suto kayo mebawa supo kayo mebawa anorakto mebawa sarvasiti me prayata sarva karma susame Sitam Shriyam Karuhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarwatata Gata Benza Mame Munza Benzi Bawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahum Pet Om Benza Sato Samaya Manopalaya Benza Sato Tino Padrida Dredo Mebawa Suto Kayo Mebawa Supo Kayo Mebawa Enorakto Mebawa Sarwasidi Me Prayatsa Sarwa Karma Susame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sarwatata Gata Benzama Me Munza Benzi Bawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahum Ped
Om Vaja Sapa 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 Om Vajra 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 Sapa.
And so it's on this final meditation that we continue our Tonglen practice. Here we now broaden our scope of our compassion to all sentient beings. But if you're able to, if you have the capacity, focus on those who are disagreeable, difficult to deal with. Okay, well, before we begin our Dharma talk, I just want to offer a warm welcome to everyone gathered here today. It's so wonderful to see you all again. And then I think we may have a few new people. Again, if you're new, I want to welcome you. And remind me of your name one more time. Tyler. So welcome, Tyler. We don't have anybody else new, do we? Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. In the back, Joanne, welcome. So wonderful to have you all here. And again, whether you're newly exploring the Dharma or you're seeking a spiritual home, we hope that the Rime Center can be a meaningful part of your journey. To deepen your practice and connect with the compassionate energy of Green Tara, we're going to be having our next half-day Green Tara retreat April 4th from 9 a.m. till noon. This is a peaceful morning of meditation, chanting, and mantra practice, and it's open to all levels of practitioners. And so that's next Sunday, or next Saturday. I also want to invite you to join us for our Sutra Study Sunday, next Sunday, April 5th at 12:30. We're going to continue our study of the Vimalakirti Sutra, and we're studying chapter 4. So each month we explore the wisdom of the Buddhist sutras together in a relaxed and welcome discussion following the Sunday service. And then finally, experience the beauty of who wrote these? Experience the beauty of mindful community with the Rime Sangha during a relaxed community hike at the Weston Bend State Park. Join fellow practitioners on Saturday, April 11th from 10 a.m. till noon for a walk in nature. And so I'm excited because that's going to be the start of our hikes that we do once a month. And then finally, as we reflect on the renewal and continuity, we're reminded that for over 30 years, the Rime Center has been a sanctuary in Kansas City, offering compassion, wisdom, and community. The Rime Center recently had an unexpected sewer line break that forced us to close the Rime Center last Wednesday. While emergency repairs were underway, and as you could see, the ground has been very much torn up outside, they fixed it in record time. But the cost to repair the damage came in at $11,700. This was a huge unplanned expense that we cannot meet alone. And so we urgently need your support to help us restore our space and reopen so we were able to reopen as quickly as possible. If you're able, please consider making a donation today. Every gift, no matter the size, directly supports these essential repairs. And I want to say, you all have come out in a big way, and I want to thank you all. And I'm just going to look real quick and get the current numbers. Let me get back to our page because I want to just say how awesome you all are. Because so far, within less than, I don't know, how many days has it been? Like 4, 5? We've raised $8,000. Yeah, so thank you all so much. Again, we're still, the goal was to try to raise the full amount so that way we don't have to pull it from our temple building fund. So again, thank you all. Again, it really touches me deeply that we're able to come together as a Sangha to help us with this, again, very unexpected but necessary repair. So if the Rime Buddhist has touched your life or supported your practice, we warmly invite you to join us in building the next chapter of this community together. With that said, I would like to bring up Andrea, who's going to be doing our Dharma talk today.
Well, thank you so much. I have so much gratitude for this Sangha. Thank you. Whether you're brand new here or whether you've helped found this center 30 years ago, um, all of you are so precious to me. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to share today. And yeah, so the topic is around ways to measure our growth. We've been studying Lojong practices. And so now we're reaching this point where we can ask, what if you today could assess if the work that you've been putting in to this training and training your mind is kind of working? And not only that, what if you could come away with an idea or a few ideas to redirect in your daily life if it seems like it's not quite working? So I think that's a benefit that if you stay with it, I think you'll walk away with today. But let's start with acknowledging where we are, especially if you're newer today or recently started coming to the center. Our Sangha is studying an ancient technique. It's called Lojong or mind training. And it's using a fairly new commentary by Khentrul Lodro Tayé. It's a beautiful, beautiful text that goes into the 7 key points of mind training. And so in this book, The Power of Mind, a Tibetan monk's guide to finding freedom in every challenge, we're offered a way to check in at this stage of practice. And maybe a moment of history. Our Sangha's been very blessed, very lucky to have a connection with this teacher. About 4 years ago, when the book was being launched, we were the first stop that he came on his book tour. And his picture is actually up on the wall. It's the second one right next to yes. Thank you. And so some of the insights I'm going to share today came a little bit from that retreat and other opportunities to receive teachings from that teacher. And of course, any mistakes or misunderstandings are attributed to me and not the teacher. And one of the things that stood out then, that was mid-2022, was he was saying this is such a time to use these methods. Then we were really reeling from global pandemic suffering and lots of difficulties, lots of troubled times. And here we are, 2026. And I would say lots of troubles, lots of difficulties, lots of reasons to go to these methods to help us. So our Sangha has since January been studying this. So what do we do to recognize the signs of progress? Are we really taming our minds? Is this really working? I'll share a quote before we go into the 4 slogans that help us determine that. And the quote from the book is, mind training practice transforms the way we think and act. To be proficient means the training becomes our direct experience. But how do we gauge our progress? By our own experience. If we practice love, compassion, and wisdom consistently, over time, our reactions to people and reactions to situations will change. As love and compassion increase, selfishness and other disturbing emotions decrease. Unquote. So that first slogan, the first gauge of progress is your self-clinging lessening a little bit? The specific slogan is all dharmas have a single unified purpose. And what is that purpose? It is to tame our minds. It is to lessen the attachment to the self, that ego clinging that we all have. So in the last few months, if you've been working through this book, working through these methods, have you noticed anything like that? Has your self-clinging, your selfishness, your really intense focus on I, me, mine, has that decreased at all? And if so, that's progress. Wonderful. Has your patience increased? Your love, compassionate reactions to others? And if so, maybe give yourself a pat on the back. And if not, that's okay. Notice maybe nothing's changing. Let's remedy that situation. Let's apply these teachings and let's practice. Um, and maybe it's even going back to the beginning of some of the basic practices that we started with. Thoughts that turn the mind to the Dharma, precious human birth, impermanence, karma, cause and effect, the nature of suffering. Or maybe it's just another chapter or method that really resonated with you. The translator to the teacher, Paloma, she writes in the early stages of the book that if she's got a challenge, she might just throw the book at it and go through method by method until something sorts out. So that's the first slogan, is basically all dharmas have a single unified purpose. Are you noticing that mind being tamed? So the second is, of the two witnesses, rely on the primary one. So who are the two witnesses? Well, one is other people. Are others in your life observing your behavior changing? Does your partner, parent, best friend see you as a bit more patient, and a little bit different, more loving, more kind? And the other witness is you. And that is the one that we really rely on. That is the primary one, you yourself and your assessment. Because really, outer appearances may be quite misleading to others. They may not really know what's happening in our minds and what is behind that. What is our intentions? We could certainly be behaving in a way that is motivated by manipulation or a desire for a certain reputation, to be thought of in a certain way. So it's yourself, it's your own experience that you're relying on and checking this gauging of progress. One of the quotes from the book that stood out was, "We are the sole witnesses to our own thoughts and emotions. Only we know the extent to which our self-clinging has decreased and loving kindness and compassion have increased. Only we know the depth to which our mind has been tamed." Unquote. So again, opportunity to check in, perhaps even thinking about yesterday. Are your actions motivated by cherishing others, by compassion for others, helping others? There is a test Rinpoche mentions in the text about, can you do something good, a good deed for another, regardless of the outcome? And his advice was, do not measure your success by the immediate outcome of the actions. Instead, look at the state of your mind and the conduct in the process, unquote. So is it motivated by pure love, pure compassion, pure selfishness? Or not selfishness, selflessness. And that's something I can check in quite frequently. I have I have twin toddlers at home, just under 2 years old. And, sometimes you perform, you do something that you think will turn out well, and it does the opposite. You put all your effort into this nice meal, and it's, thrown on the wall or not even touched. Or, you buy a new toy thinking that's going to give them some happiness, and then boom, it hits you in the head, and okay, let's put that away for a while. So that's the test. Can you do something good for another, regardless of the outcome? So of the two witnesses, rely primarily on the one. That's the second slogan. And the third, and perhaps my favorite, is always keep a joyful mind. And this is really an aspiration to have. In the book, he quotes, he says, as Galse Nolchu Togme, a bodhisattva from Tibet who lived in the 13th century, wrote in the prayer, finding joy no matter what occurs. Once we have gained proficiency in mind training, we are okay in all circumstances. If we are sick, we are okay. If we suffer, we are okay. If we get what we want, we are okay. If we don't get what we want, we are okay. Unquote. So are you there yet? I am not. But sometimes in small moments I am. Referring to the retreat that Rinpoche, for this teacher, gave us at the Rime Center in August of 2022, when he was teaching on sort of this point on taking adversity onto the path, challenges onto the path. It was really this point of patient forbearance, being okay in all kinds of circumstances that to me had the deepest impact. And Rinpoche shared how much of a habit we often have to dislike things and to dislike situations. We might not like a person because of what they said to us and how much this causes us to suffer. We really want things to be a certain way, and we really don't like it when they're not that way. Could be as simple as, I think the example he gave was a friend not calling you back or not responding to a text, and you might go into this whirlwind of worry for their not calling you back. Are they okay? Do they not like me? And so on and so on. And our minds just go into this dwelling and suffering. And the thing that really stayed with me is how disempowering this way of thinking is. This habit of dislike is so disempowering to us. So instead, how do we empower ourselves? How do we encourage ourselves? Well, they encourage us to develop and cultivate an empowering mindset of, I can be okay with this. I can tolerate this without being disturbed. And this strengthens our minds, this way of thinking. And the shift of I don't like it to I'm okay or I can be okay with this really resonated with me. And when I'm able, I use this as a mantra or a reminder that I can be okay with this. Again, as I set up a nice little tea for my sons and it is dumped on the table, I can be okay with this. And it's really in those moments that we're encouraged to start, in these small moments, familiarize with the practice in these day-to-day mini challenges that we all get in our lives. And so Rinpoche, again, in the book writes, having reached this level of proficiency, where we find joy no matter what occurs, joy is our ever-present companion on the path. It is not dependent on outer circumstances. It provides peace and happiness that outer circumstances cannot. When everything is brought onto the path, everything becomes meaningful and a source of benefit. And this is a measure of practice, unquote. And I think it's maybe a asterisk to say, and Rinpoche pointed this out too, that it's not that we do nothing about a situation when people are suffering. If you can take action, but don't do it out of anger. Notice your intention in taking the action, and don't just dwell on that suffering or that habit of dislike. So always keep a joyful mind. And the final slogan is, there is proficiency if we can train while distracted. There is proficiency if we can train while distracted. So is it coming natural to you to react to life's challenges with love, compassion, and wisdom? Maybe a little bit more than when you started out, doing this homework and applying these mind training methods. So that's the fourth mark of progress, that there is proficiency if we can train while distracted. And when I gave a version of this Dharma talk 3 years ago, when we were going through this book for that Bodhisattva challenge, I certainly had much less distractions in my life. The story I had shared then was on how to keep a joyful mind, was about difficulties that I had while traveling towards to a retreat. But today, it seems that that last point, that can I train while distracted, is the one that really is resonating. I had even thought to bring my almost 2-year-old twin boys distractors here today. But then I think the distraction would be for everyone here as they increasingly scream mommy at louder and quicker intervals during this whole Dharma talk. So you're welcome. But it's here where I appreciate in myself, and I hope I encourage you to appreciate that progress over perfection for whatever you gauge yourself at in these slogans. Definitely, I don't respond to every situation with a natural love, compassion, wisdom reaction. But what a gift to have these challenges every day to try to approach them a little bit better next time. So that's your scorecard, the 4 slogans. Is your selfishness lessening? Can you as the witness observe your motivations? Can you keep a joyful mind no matter the outer circumstances? And can you do this while distracted so it starts to become natural? And so I'd like to close just with 2 things. The aspiration the author offers in this chapter is, may all beings be happy, may all beings be free, may all beings be proficient in training their minds. But I would really like to close. This is the first opportunity to give a Dharma talk that I've had since Dr. Nora moved through the Bardo and beyond. And so I'd like to sort of invoke her memory for a moment and offer the blessing that she would often close with and offer our Sangha that was from a teacher of hers. So may you be blessed. May you be blessed. May you be triple blessed so that you may become an even greater blessing to others. Thank you.
All right, let's finish with our long life supplication for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you're the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. A flower of faith. Lama of great compassion with kindness to all, you firmly established the Rime tradition through skillful means and wisdom. Mary Tenzin Dawa, who is the embodiment of all the Daikinis with a sun of wisdom and the moon of compassion, you bring love and joy to everyone you meet. Inspired by your example, I vow to cultivate compassion and wisdom from this moment forward and in all my future lives. I will strive to embody the Buddhist teachings in every thought, word, and deed. Dedication of merit. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, may defeat enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, may it defeat enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, may it defeat enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. Aspiration prayers. Bodhicitta is precious. May it arise from whom it is not arisen. Once arisen, may it not diminish, but ever grow and flourish. All difficulties, without exception, being pacified with harmonious situations like the treasure of the sky. May the teachings and practice of the Rime tradition live long and shine brightly. And so with that, we are completed. So thank you all for joining us. Hope you have a great rest of your day. If we do still have some coffee and snacks over here, if you'd like to grab something before you go. Also, I just want to remind everyone our gift shop's open upstairs. So again, thank you all. There's a Daikini meeting next Sunday at 9 o'clock.